Hey, welcome back to Help Along the Way. I'm really glad you're here. We're still talking about the social teachings of the church. Um, our theme is fulfilling our obligations to our neighbors. And today, we're stepping into a space that everyone knows well, even when we don't like to admit it, and that's waiting. Waiting for things to get better, waiting for peace in relationship, waiting for God to step in and make things right. And if we're honest, waiting can feel uncomfortable. So today's message is called The Tension of Waiting. Isaiah gives us a beautiful picture. Nations at peace, people walking in God's ways, weapons turned into tools of growth. But then we look around and we don't fully see it yet. There's still conflict, there's still misunderstanding, still broken relationships. So we live in this in between place. We know what God has promised, but we haven't seen it completely fulfilled in our lives. Waiting is not just about, time passing. It's about what happens inside you while time passes. You see, we often think, I'll be peaceful when things calm down, or I'll be kind when they change, or I'll forgive when I feel ready. But God calls us to really a deeper understanding. He calls us to live now what He promises later. So let's show you a picture. Imagine a slow cooker in your kitchen. You put in all the ingredients, the meat, the vegetables, the seasoning. You set the temperature. Put the lid on. Now here's the key. You don't keep on lifting the lid every 5 minutes. If you do, you let the heat out and you slow down the process. You actually delay the very thing that you're waiting for. But if you trust the process, if you leave it alone over time, something wonderful happens. The tough meat becomes tender, the flavors come together, and what started out raw now becomes something rich and ready. That's what waiting on God is like. God is at work even though we can't see it. He's softening hearts, He's aligning circumstances. He's doing something deeper than we realize. But every time we we lift the lid with worry, anger, impatience, we interrupt the peace He's trying to build in us. So, how do we live with this tension? So, three things. Practice peace before you feel it. Don't wait for the emotion to choose the action. Extend grace before its return. Give what you hope to receive. Trust that God is working even in silence. Silence, brothers and sisters, does not mean absence. God has not forgotten you. That situation that you're waiting on, that relationship, you're praying over, that peace that you long for is not being ignored. It really is being prepared. And sometimes the greatest work God does is not around you, it's in you. So don't rush the process. Don't give up the tension. Don't assume nothing is happening just because you can't see it yet. Because you and I know one day Just like that meal in the slow cooker, you'll look back and realize that God was working the whole time. Next time, we're going to get very practical and ask the questions: what does it actually look like to live out peace with people, right next door? Real action, real steps, real change. And then, until then, take a breath, trust the process, and keep walking one step at a time with a little help along the way. God bless you. We'll see you next time.